Beauties, Rosie here from rosypeña.com, a fashion, sewing, and lifestyle blog. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. So in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you 5 easy ways to finish the hem of a garment. So the hem of the garment is just the lower edge of the garment. So the lower edge of a sleeve, the lower edge of trousers, or the lower edge of a dress. And there are several different ways to finish the hem of a garment. But in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 5 easy methods to finish the hem of a garment. So I have this sample fabric here, and as you can see along this side here is the selvage edge. So the selvage edge of the fabric is just the finished edge or the neatened edge of the fabric. It'll sometimes have the manufacturer's name printed along the side. So the grain line of the fabric runs parallel to the selvage edge. The hem of a garment is usually perpendicular to the selvage edge of the fabric, so the lower edge. So hopefully you can see here I finished the lower edge of the garment with a serger. If you don't have a serger, like I mentioned, you could sew a zigzag stitch along the raw edge. So you would just encase that raw edge with a zigzag stitch. But as you can see here, I've serged the edge of my fabric, and all you want to do is press that hem to the wrong side. A few great tools for pressing a hem up would be a seam gauge. The hem of a garment can be 5/8, it can be 1.25 inches. So you would just drag this little lever here to the size of the hem that you would like. In this video, we're going to be using 5/8 of an inch hem. Another great tool that you can find is this Dritz Easy Hem. So as you can see, it just has several different hem allowances included, already measured up for you. So this goes all the way up to 4 inches as a straight hem, and it also has a curved edge here if you're working on a curved hem as well. So this is a really great tool. You can use either of these tools to press up your hem, and you're going to want to press your hems up at an ironing table. In this video, I'm just going to be pressing them up here so that you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and actually use this Dritz hem guide. Hopefully you can see here. So I'm just going to press that up to the 5/8 of an inch mark, and I'm just going to hand press that flat to kind of get that in place. So once I have the hem pressed up, all you want to do is just take that to your sewing machine, and I'm going to be using a contrasting thread color. But if you're working on your garment, you usually want to have a thread color that is very similar to the project that you're working on. Now I'm going to sew right along that serged edge, so very close. And then at the beginning of your seam, of course, you just want to back stitch, and then you just want to continue sewing all the way across. And you just want to bring in some thread snips and snip off any loose threads that you may have. So just serge or zigzag stitch, and then sew very close to that serged or zigzagged edge. So this method of finishing a hem is most commonly found in ready-to-wear garments. So if you go to a big box store and look at the inside of a garment, you'll usually see a serged edge and then just stitching very close to that serged edge. So the next easy hem finishing option that I want to show you in today's video is actually going to be using these pinking shears. So pinking shears, as you can see, it just has this serrated edge, and you'll use it to cut the very raw edge of your fabric, and it's going to create a zigzag serrated edge at the bottom of your fabric. What that does is it helps the fabric from fraying. So fraying is whenever the threads come loose and they unravel. If you use these pinking shears, that's going to prevent that unraveling from happening. You can find this tool at any Joann fabric. You can find it online at Amazon. I'll definitely have one linked in the description bar below as well. But it is a really handy tool, perfect for someone who does not have a serger. And all that you want to do is just, again, working on the hem of the garment, is you just want to use your pinking shears, and you just want to cut along that hem, and you'll just continue doing that until you get to the other side. As you can see, that serrated edge just created a nice little kind of a zigzag along the hem of the fabric. And then again, all that you want to do is just press up that hem. Again, you can either eyeball it if you're more experienced, or you can bring your hem gauge in and you can just measure that 5/8 of an inch up. You can finger press that in place. The heat of your hands will actually make a really great crease, or of course you can just take that to your ironing table. Just like the previous stitch, we're just going to sew very close to that serrated edge. Back stitch at the beginning of your seam and at the end of your seam as well. And then you always want to have your little thread snips handy and just cut off those loose threads. So hopefully you can see that here. I just sewed very close to that pinked edge of the fabric. So another really easy method of finishing a hem of a garment is called a double fold. And it's just as it sounds. You're going to fold within the hem allowance up twice. So if your hem allowance is 1/2 inch, you're going to use 1/4 inch to fold over, and then you're going to fold that again another 1/4 inch. If you have a 1 inch hem allowance, you're going to fold the hem allowance up to the wrong side 1/2 inch, and then you're going to fold it again another 1/2 inch. So in this example, I'm going to be doing a quarter fold, which is folding up 1/4 of an inch and then folding up another 1/4 of an inch. So that method is great because you're encasing that raw edge. There's no need to serge the edge of the fabric or to use your pinking shears either. So you just fold up 1/4 of an inch, and again, I'm just going to finger press that in place, and then I'm going to fold up another 1/4 of an inch and press that down as well. So I'm just going to finger press that down, and then I'm going to sew very close to this creased edge that is closer to the garment fabric. So go ahead and just take that to your sewing machine, and again, you're going to sew very close to that creased edge. Again, backstitch at the beginning of your seam and trim off any loose threads that you may have. And there you have it, a quarter fold. So another great easy method for finishing the hem of a garment is by using some type of a hem bond. It comes in this really handy roll in different sizes as well. This one here is 5/8 of an inch. You would use it on a 5/8 of an inch hem. This one here does not require any ironing, and that's the one we're going to be using in today's video. This one here is called a fusible web adhesive, and this one does require ironing. It works in the same way, except you would use your iron to seal the glue in place. Again, we're just going to be using this easy glue and stick peel on method. So I'm just going to take that, and you're just going to use that sticky side to place on the wrong side of the fabric. So we're working on the wrong side of the fabric right now. Once you have the hem bond glued in place, you just want to peel off the back side of it. Go ahead and press again with that 5/8 of an inch. And you just want to press it in place. So that is another great easy method for finishing the hem of a garment. Peel and stick fabric bond. So this next method of finishing the hem of a garment is actually going to be to fray the edges. So first I'm just going to sew a straight stitch along the hem of the garment, so 5/8 of an inch away from the raw edge. As you can see, I just sewed a straight stitch 5/8 of an inch away from the hem of the garment. And then I'm going to bring my seam ripper in, and I'm going to start at that raw edge away from the stitching. I'm just going to start pulling on those vertical threads. So just go ahead and bring your seam ripper in and pull those threads up. It works well whenever you start from the very bottom of the hem. And you just want to continue pulling those threads until you get to your stitching line. Once you have all of those threads taken out, you're just left with this beautiful frayed edge. This method looks really cool at the lower edge of denim jeans, also kimono style jackets, the lower edge of cardigans, really any type of a flowy blouse. So this method is a really cool and unique way to finish the hem of your garment. Alright you guys, so there you have it. 5 very easy ways to finish the hem of your garment. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome sewing tip videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!